What is up, McManus MMA fam? We have another absolute banger UFC fight night on Saturday, November 8th. Holy cow, what a absolute barn-burning card we have. So today we actually have a special video because we will be introducing the coach, Jason McManus, the McManus MMA fam father, will be giving his predictions via text. However, for the card recap on this Saturday, post-fight, he will be on the mic to go over the card with me. So we have his predictions with us so that we can go through and we can compare at the end of Saturday night. Starting off this prelim card, we have Zachary Reese versus Jackson McVeigh. This was just added. I honestly, God, didn't even know this fight was happening. I was looking in to everything I could, and I didn't even know that this fight was even happening. God damn it. Get the hell out of here, man. I didn't even know this fight was happening. Honestly, I didn't know this fight was happening. I didn't see it until just now. But I'm going to go Jackson McVeigh. My reasoning is, look at his hair, bro. He's Jesus. Jesus loves you guys. So, wow, look how powerful Jackson McVeigh looks. I don't really give a shit, I'm going to be honest. They just added this one. This fight, I do know about. I do know about Miles Johns versus Daniel Marcos. And I'm going to go with Daniel Marcos on this fight. I just think he has more. I don't know. I think that his previous fights, looking back on that, he's had closer and better scraps with guys. I know he lost to Montel Jackson, unanimous decision, but the fights before that, like he beat Davy Grant, which I know he got absolutely killed by Air Jordan. But I don't know. If you just take a look at their fight history, I think that Daniel Marcos just has a better chin and will be able to scrap a little bit better than Miles Johns will, and it'll kind of. I think this will be a more of a competitive fight, but I do see Daniel Marcos finishing this fight. I think Daniel Marcos will win this fight by TKO or KO. However, Jason is picking Miles Johns, and he says, quote, going with the guy with the two first names, plural. So we have opposing ideals here, so we'll have to see who wins this fight on Saturday. I'm super excited. But yes, I'm going to go with Daniel Marcos, and Jason is going with Miles Johns. I think this is going to be a finish. I think I'm going with a little bit of the underdog here. I think Daniel Marcos will be able to scrap a little bit better and will be able to find his footing quicker than Miles Johns will. Moving on, we've got an absolute incredible fight for you guys. Wow. So we have female Gilbert Burns and I don't know. I have to do the sensible thing here and go with Denise Gomes just because I don't know. Gilbert Burns, I like Gilbert Burns a lot, and she looks like Gilbert Burns. You got to go with a more masculine looking fighter here. This is common WMMA knowledge. Whoever is more masculine looking will probably win the fight. Just take a look at Kayla Harrison. Take a look at the history. I know that last weekend we were wrong on that, but that was a different story. The emo Peter Parker look was not good. But I'm going with Denise Gomes on this fight. And I think, I hate to say it, but I think this is going to be a decision. I think she's going to take this decision. This is going to be like a 29-28 decision win. Jason, however, says he's going with Tisha Pennington, long hair chick for the win. In parentheses, though I will be in the bathroom for that fight. So unfortunately, I think he'll be in the bathroom for that one. It looks like he's got an appointment or something, so he won't be able to watch that one. But I'm going with Denise Gomes. Again, we have opposing ideals here. I'm really excited to see who comes out on top, father or son. So moving on to another fight that I look. They don't even have a picture for Max here. Gimenis. They don't even have a picture for this dude. This is his debut. He is 0-0-0. Yeah, we're gonna go with Josh Hokit. Jason is also going with Josh Hokit because the other guy does not have a picture on ESPN.com, is what he says. And I got to agree, this guy has nothing. There's no information on this dude at all. And Josh Hokit, another fun fact about him is if you go to the ESPN app and you go to the UFC stats and everything, if you go to Josh Hokit and you click on it, it pulls him up as he believing that he is a NFL player. So when I was trying to do some research on him, I went to the ESPN app so I could go right to it, and it told me that he plays for that he's in the NFL. So that's good. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Josh Hawkins on this one. I think everybody else is. I can't find any information on Max Ganees other than yeah, I can't find like any information. I know that he fought in Shogun like really recently, but again, there's like no information. I can't find any tape or anything. So I'm gonna go with Josh Hawkins on this one and just take it that this dude's UFC debut is gonna be checked here. And this dude has a sick lion tattoo on his chest, which is badass. So moving on. Wow. Only real G's know what I'm about to say. So Myra Bueno Silva looks like Tofiachu kind of. Only real OGs know who Tofiachu is. But I'm gonna go with Jacqueline Cavalcanti. Cavalcanti. I'm going with Cavalcanti on this one. Um, I hate to say, but I also think this is gonna be another decision, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I think this is both of their. Am I correct to say that? I don't think I'm correct in saying that this is their UFC debut. I think no. They just have no here where it says their last wins. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cavalcanti. She's on a nice win streak. Um, she's on a pretty good win streak here. And Bueno Silva, just look at her history. She's just not been able to, stand the test of time here. She got TKO'd and then she got 2 unanimous decisions against her. She lost. Yeah, I know she lost. Is that Raquel Pennington? I think she lost to Raquel Pennington. Um, she got a no contest against Holly Holm, I think. Again, I can't see Tofiachu winning this. She's got another GoFundMe to run. Jason is going with Bueno Silva. He says, "quote She looks very, very beautiful. However, I'll be in the bathroom for that fight again, though." So, unfortunately, Jason will be in the bathroom for this one. So again, we've got opposing picks here. I'm really excited to see who's going to win. I'm going with Jacqueline Cavalcanti. He's going with Bueno Silva. So let's. I'm so excited. Moving on. Ricky Simone versus Ranoy Barcelos. This one, I think Ricky Simone is going to take this one. If you take a look at Ricky Simone, I know he's a crazy looking dude. People forget, man. People forget he actually delivered. I think it's one of Merab's few losses in the UFC. He submitted Merab, which I know, saying that now, it doesn't mean anything because Merab has just continued to get better and better and better. But Ricky Simone is kind of like the king of fraud checking people. I know he lost to Vinicius Oliveira and he beat Basharat last. And that, hey, dude, I'm sorry, that's not a great win. I don't rate Basharat very high. I don't think anybody does. But yeah, I mean, I know he lost to Uriah Faber and Rob Font as well. Beat Montel Jackson. I mean, this dude's had some pretty good wins in the past, and he's been able to, get to the decision on some of these guys. And Barcelos, I know he beat, Cody Garbrandt and Peyton Talbot. But listen, Talbot didn't look great in that fight. I don't know. I don't rate those fights like super highly, which is crazy. I know that was this like really early. I think that was first card. Last year, yeah, 311 Moicano. And yeah, I should be picking Barcelos on this one, but I just have a feeling Ricky Simone is going to take this one, and I think this is going to be I can't tell if I want this. I'm going to fence it again. I might say that this is going to be a decision or TKO. I can't tell. I cannot tell. But my predictions are not that good. I can predict very, very well, but I can't predict the outcome to a T, but I can predict Ricky Simone is going to win this fight. And Jason agrees. Jason says, quote, Marca, plus he looks like a little person, blonde Frankenstein. So that is Jason's reasoning for his pick for Ricky Simone. So we both agree on this one. We both think Ricky Simone is going to win. He will be on my parlay, I believe. So moving on, we've got Haider Amil versus Jamal Emmers. I think I have to go with. I think I might go with Haider Amil on this one. This is kind of a tough pick. I think that this is going to be a pretty good fight. I know that Amil beat William Gomes. Was that? Yeah, that was a while ago. And he did get knocked out in front of me by Jose Delgado, which is not a bad loss. I think we all know that he won that last fight. He was robbed. Jose Delgado, that dude's an absolute champion. And that's not a bad loss. Your one loss in the UFC is against Jose Delgado. That's not bad. I just think that he's going to prove himself here, and he's going to be able to come back on top and kind of get back and find that footing. I hope that he kind of puts it back on the barn burner and realizes like, oh, I actually have to work really hard on this one. I have to win. I know that Emmers is coming off of a KO win also really early this year, I believe in like March. Um, but I don't know. I think that Hyder Amil is going to take this one. I think that he's going to be able to bounce back off of getting absolutely slept right in front of me by Jose Delgado. So for that reason, I think that Hyder Amil is going to win this fight. I might say that this is going to be, whew, that's a tough. I might call. What am I going to call here? I might call Hyder Amil TKO. I might go TKO on this one or split decision. I think this is going to be a split decision because I think this is going to be a scrap. I don't think that this will. No, but I want this to be like a first second round finish. Um, yeah, I'm going with Hyder Amil. Jason is picking Jamal Emmers, and his reason for pick is Murica, is what he said. So this is going to be another one we're opposing. I'm picking Hyder Amil to win this fight by, let's say, TKO in the late second round or a split decision win. Yeah, moving on. That was the end of the prelims. Moving on. I think this is going to be such a good fight. I don't know if anybody else is as excited for this fight as I am. I actually think that this is going to be an absolute scrap. Um, Many of you guys may or may not know this, but whoops, you can't see their names. Marco Tulio is on a pretty nice win streak right now. All like he's on like a 5-fight TKO KO win streak. And personally, I'm gonna pick the underdog here. Or I'm sorry, he's favored. I'm gonna pick him to continue that streak. I think I'm gonna pick him to continue that streak. I like Christian Leroy Duncan. I like this dude. He's a huge dude. I just think that Marco Tulio, for plot armor's sake, is going to continue this win streak and get the KO, get the finish in this fight. Excuse me, I had to drink some water because my lips are always so chapped when I'm recording. If I'm correct, I think I saw. Am I correct to say that Marco Tulio and Norma Dumont are in a relationship? Am I correct to say that? Um, if so, um, then I think that he's got that. Yes, they are in a relationship. Sorry, I had to Google that, bro. I had to Google that. I can't just say random bullshit and just be like, yeah, I think so. I had to Google that. I had to give that a Google. Yeah, Marco Tulio and Norma Dumont are in a relationship. She is coming off of a really good win, so I'm sure that he has been having a good time with that, and they've probably been adding a lot of cardio to their training regiments recently. So I think for that reason, and riding off of her success and his nice win streak, I think that Marco Tulio will continue to elongate his streak. And yeah, I think Marco Tulio is going to finish Christian Leroy Duncan. I'm going to go in the second round. I think second round TKO KO. Jason, however, is picking Christian Leroy Duncan, and he said dude has three first names. So he's picking him because he has three first names. I can't argue with that. That's not a bad pick. But I'm going with Marco Tulio to win this fight by KO. Moving on, we've got Ismael Bonfim versus Chris Padilla. Dude, I hope you guys can't hear my squeaky chair. Dude, something in me kind of wants to root for Chris Padilla. Not just because Murica, but I just have like a feeling. I have a weird feeling. I know that he didn't look very good against his last fight against Jai Herbert. But people forget, man. Ilia Topuria was losing that fight until he absolutely killed him. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's hard. This is hard. This is a hard pick. I think this is gonna be a good fight. I might go Chris Padilla on this fight. I might go Chris Padilla. I think I will go with Chris Padilla to win this fight. I know that his last fight against Jai Herbert wasn't great. It wasn't a great win, but compared to Bonfim's last couple fights, I gotta say that it looks pretty damn good. Again, man, people forget Ilia Topuria was losing against Jai Herbert until he absolutely slept him. That's the closest I've ever seen Ilia Topuria losing a fight, I believe is. Yeah, I think that is the closest I've ever seen Ilia Topuria losing a fight is against Jai Herbert, and then he absolutely slept him. So, yeah, I might go Chris Padilla to win this fight. I might, dude, I hate to say it, but I think this might be a split decision. I think this might be a split decision in Chris Padilla's favor. I think this is gonna be a scrap. I hope this is a scrap. I'm going with Chris Padilla to win this by split decision, and Jason agrees. Jason says Chris Padilla for the win. Dude looks like Killmonger, so he believes that he looks like Killmonger from the Black Panther movie. So I have to agree with that. He does. This guy just looks scary. They both look badass, but Chris Padilla looks badass. So I'm going with Chris Padilla to win this by split decision. Moving on, Muslim Salikhov versus Uros Medić. I'm going with Muslim Salikhov on this one. I can't see. Yeah, I'm going easy Muslim Salikhov on this fight. I mean, I don't want to say easy, but I think Muslim Salikhov is going to put Uros Medić down. Uros Medić, when I was watching his last couple fights, he just takes a lot of damage. Um, he takes damage pretty early, and he gets wobbled. He's always like not defending early damage easily. And I think Muslim Salikhov is going to capitalize on that and is going to knock his ass out. I mean, his last fight, he knocked, was it Carlos Leal out like in less than a minute. I think that if he's able to capitalize on that early first round way that Uros takes damage early on and just doesn't defend himself as much, I think that Muslim Salikhov is going to win this fight. So that's why I'm going with Muslim Salikhov first round finish. That is my prediction. I don't want to spend too much time. That's what I think it is. And Jason disagrees. He goes Uros Medić for the win. Sounds like something you would see on a European road sign. So he's picking that. That's not a bad reason. It's not a bad reason. Moving on to the co-main event. Jesus Christ, bro. Matt Schnell in a co-main event. Are we for real? Are we for real? Yeah, I'm going with Joseph Morales. I'm going with Joseph Morales in this fight. I know that he's like a super heavily favored. We could see another run it back like our really good friend who sold everyone's parlay. Every single human being's parlay was sold last weekend due to Isaac Dolgarian. If we have another awesome Apex rigged event, that would be awesome. But I have to go against Matt Schnell. Matt Schnell absolutely slept by Steve Erceg, the GOAT. Just honestly, like, I think Joseph Morales is going to put this dude down. I'm sorry, he's going to submit him. I think this is going to be a submission. We've seen. I don't know why Jason doesn't agree with me, but we were there at 319 and we saw him beat for Albini Idris for the. Was that tough? Yeah, that was tough. We saw him submit him. I think this will be a recap of that. I think that Joseph Morales will submit Matt Schnell. That's what I think is going to happen. If we see we have the possibility for a crazy Matt Schnell upset, that would be insane. But again, this is the co-main event. Like, what the hell are we doing? I'm going with Joseph Morales by submission. Jason is picking Matt Schnell, and he said this one is going to be an absolute scrap. Yeah, I'm going with Joseph Morales on this one. I can't with good conscience pick Matt Schnell to win this fight. I think that Matt Schnell does not have that big of a dog in him, bro. I'm sorry. He does not. Moving on to the main event. Yes, this is the main event. We have Gabriel Bonfim versus Randy Brown. I'm going with Randy Brown on this one. I'm going with Randy Brown. I know he's the slight underdog. I know they're practically pick'ems right now, but I'm going with Randy Brown on this one. Jason's inside. Jason is picking Randy Brown. He said straight sniper. He has an off-speed right cross that has nuclear power behind it. And I've got to agree with this. Randy Brown, like, take a peek at Randy Brown's last couple fights. I know he lost the split decision to Brian Battle, but we cut him. We cut Brian Battle from it. But the Muslim Salikhov fight, that was a good win. That was a good win. I know he got slept. Again, I was there. Or no, I was not there for that fight. I apologize. I almost said I was there for that fight. I was not there for that fight. But yeah, I think Randy Brown, the Brian Battle fight, that's a good fight to watch. And Nicholas Dalby getting absolutely slept. Yeah, I'm going with Randy Brown here. I think that Randy Brown is going to capitalize against Bonfim and catch him with like a loose, like a slip or a counter, and then he's just going to wobble him a little bit, and it's going to be full gas forward pressure on, and I think Randy Brown's going to TKO Gabriel Bonfim. I think that's going to happen. I can't believe this is a 5 rounder. I also will never root for Gabriel Bonfim against that Wonder Boy fight because I thought that Wonder Boy had what took to win that fight. I thought that Wonder Boy damn near won that fight, and they did not give it to him, which I'm very sad. I'm very sad about because I love Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, and he got robbed. But yeah, I'm going with Randy Brown on this fight by TKO. That's my prediction. So that's my prediction for this card, along with my father's. Look forward to the post fight on Saturday. After the fights on Saturday night, me and my father will recap the card and go through and give our thoughts on every single fight and fully recap it. So if you're interested in that, look forward to that. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you. We will all be so excited to watch this absolute insane card. But don't worry, we have only one more week until 322. JDM versus Islam Makhachev, which is going to be an absolute banger card. Absolutely incredible card. So we only have one more week to wait. Our nerves will be settled. We can nibble on our piggy Apex slop here. So thank you guys for watching so much. McManus MMA fam, we will see you on Saturday night for our recap. Peace.